Hello. Custom Grader here. Danny Logan. I'm going to try to speak up. While there aren't a whole lot of things in this world that can make me embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, anything really. I've learned to, embrace my feelings, whether they're negative, positive. I've gotten rid of my ego. I say that all the time. And occasionally I will remind people to be careful. Don't let it slip back up on you. This channel was made just simply because of reaction channels. The Charismatic Voice, Seb's Rand, Venusauri, Lost in Vegas. A lot of these reactors have helped me deal with things in my life through reactions and through songs I get to play that mean something to me. The first reaction I ever had done for me was Venusauri and Seb's Rand because of my birthday, which just passed the 2-year anniversary of me being introduced to reaction channels. And I am terminal COPD end stage with 14% lung function now. And I usually don't like talking about that because I get tired of pity right now. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything in this video. I never do really, but there are things I don't talk about because I feel like in my own mind, my own view, that they're narcissistic maybe, or they would be considered as people having pity for me. Because honestly, it pisses me off because I'm very, very bad and it takes me a lot just to get out of my car and pump gas or something. And while I know everybody that comes up to me saying, "Are you okay? You need help? You need to call ambulance or something?" This happens every day of my life. And while I know them people mean well, it pisses me off because I just wish sometimes I could get out and pump my gas without everybody having to ask me if I'm okay. And I get downright mad sometimes, like, leave me the hell alone. And they're just trying to help. And they're being good people. And I'm not mean to them, but this is what I think inside my head. And in the last year of me doing this channel, I pushed my entire family away from me because they don't understand what I'm doing here. And while I'm black sheep of the family, whatever, there's a lot of black sheep in a lot of families, but I went to jail for a crystal meth lab in 2015. It's still on record. I got out in 16. And I did change my life. I got a job at IHOP, and my breathing was starting to get bad. I kind of ignored that to work hard because I had never worked hard in my life. I had good jobs, but did I put all of me into it? No, I did not. I did what it took to get by to get my paycheck. And when I got out, or when I had my wreck in 2018, I wrecked a Mustang on the way to work. That about killed me. So this whole side of my mouth is numb and doesn't work. It's paralyzed. That's why I talk the way I do. And my teeth are knocked out and the hole is in my throat. But I don't talk about that a lot because my whole chin right there is separated. because the clutch pedal, that scar is the clutch pedal of my car that came all the way up and split my entire lip open, all the way down under my chin. So all that had to be sewed back together. That's why, as you see, when I don't try to hold it up, that's how my mouth always does. That's why it's very hard for me to enunciate my words. I have been putting everything into this channel. And when I say sometimes, I jokingly that this channel is my life, it really is. In fact, it's all I got left of my life. Because I get angry sometimes at my family and at people that I know in my everyday life because I got away from Facebook because I think it's kind of toxic. Other than Messenger and chat rooms. Because I get tired of seeing people complain and bitch about this life. And I get tired of people throwing in my face that I'm not part of a religious institution. But I love God and I love life. I love all the things that religious people love. I love religious people. I see truth in all religions. I just think that God is God. No matter what name people put on God, it's the same thing. I don't even see God as male or female, or good or evil. I think God is everything. And I have understood so many things through dark, terrible experiences, death and destruction and self-destruction and self-harm. Like my friend who took his own life on my birthday left me a note that said some things, some personal things. Told me not to feel guilty and listen to the song by Alice in Chains, Don't Follow. Say goodbye, don't follow. He took his own life. I didn't know it was my birthday. That just happened to be that day, which happens to be the day that my dad passed away 4 years before that. So while I've learned to celebrate this day, because my dad gave me life on the day he lost his, and my friend, the universe, God, whatever, worked it out where that led me to this, where I'm at right now. Those two events are the most pivotal events that led me to be to reaction channels. Then I met Greg on the Discord of the Charismatic Voice. Elizabeth and Kirk McCune and many other members, Paolo, many members, Digibird, a lot of people that are on the channel, Kingdom Soups. I can't name everybody. They taught me how to pick up my guitar again and make music because that was my mess. That was everything to me. When I sang, they gave me peace of mind. It was my medicine. And for a year or two after my car wreck, I was on the pain pills really bad. They give them to me, and they would give me more when I asked for them, even though I was a previous addict. Because I was very honest with my doctor, and I told him I was an addict. I told him all this. So, I still do. I recognized how addictive those pain pills were. And the marijuana has always been my best nerve pill, if you will, in moderation, because I can't smoke it. Obviously, I don't have any lungs. Because I've had carpal tunnel surgery on both wrists. Obviously, I got teeth from the wreck. My mouth is paralyzed. I don't have any breath. I can't enunciate, obviously. So I put down the guitar and stopped singing for a long time. And even if it was just by myself, this is what I did to cope with things. And when I started a new life, I didn't know how to live without drugs and without the party and without. I didn't know how to talk to a girl without saying, "Hey, I got a bag of dope. If you want to party?" I I didn't know nothing about being an adult. It's the only reason I have good credit now because I quit school to start selling drugs so early in my life. And pot, which I mean is legal a lot of places. I'm not gonna get into that whole debate because that is not what this is about. This is about me calling myself out. I push my whole family away. I'm behind on my doctor's visits, which I never do. And they keep calling my medicine in because they understand the channel, they understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I don't tell people, but I go to the hospital and talk to overdose patients that don't want to talk to a religious figure or a doctor or a psychologist or their family for sure. And so most time they don't want to talk to me, but sometimes they do. And that's pro bono because why shouldn't you do things to help your fellow man, woman? I don't want through the band Tool. I don't want to say learn because they don't really point out anything. This is not taking over Tool. It's who I am. It's inbred in me everywhere. Maynard the singer has a great way of pointing out emotions in everyday situations, things that are dark that we probably don't want to think about. Well, those things that scare you that you just can't go there. No, that subject that you just don't want to face. That's probably where most people should focus because if you get in touch with that, resonate with that energy that are all natural. We were given dark feelings just like we were given light. This is yin and yang. Through this process, I've learned to gain clarity, what you would call being saved or enlightenment through my relationship with the divine energy, that the gut feeling within us all that nobody can explain, no matter what language you speak or where you live or how old you are, what period of time you lived in. That gut feeling has always been there, and I believe that's the language of the divine. Usually that gut feeling is right, even when you made the wrong decision. You being me, you, everybody. And that's ego. And I've learned a lot through other avenues, which I guess Tool was the tool that pointed me towards them without pointing anywhere. It's what allowed me to acknowledge the feelings I was feeling that I needed to acknowledge them and deal with them. So, whatever avenue I took from that point, that was the tool that I used. And that band done everything. And this is not this thing. The damn band done everything. They didn't advertise or nothing because they didn't care if they were popular or not. They just wanted to get that message out of mental health, of self reflection, acknowledgement, awareness of to think for yourself and question rules, authorities, things that have been placed in front of you that don't feel right in your gut. Has nothing to do with law or moral or right, wrong. I'm not even sure I believe in right and wrong. I just believe there is. I do believe life is what you make it. I do believe we create life in our mind. Our mind constructs reality. And I don't mean that in some crazy fucking way. I just mean anything that's ever been created in this world was a thought in somebody's mind at one time. That's how inventions happen, through our minds, because they're very powerful. I think this is how people build pyramids and things that we don't understand now. Because this technology we have now is artificial. I think that's why we can't replicate those things. Because if you watch the timeline, the more we tried to replicate those original structures, the worse and worse we got at it, even though the technology gets better and better and better. It separates us from the divine that's within us all. That's why I can't subscribe to a religion. I think religion is just that. I think being in touch with God and having a relationship with God or the divine is your own. It's within you. I don't think anyone else can lead you there or help you. I do believe we're all connected. It's how I can. It's how you can be in a crowd of people everywhere, but you can make eye contact with someone on the other end you've never seen. And you both know that you're looking at each other, even though there's so many people in between you. That shouldn't be, but yet it is. And the me that I put out is not the me everyone else sees. That's the me that I interpret that you see me. Anyway, I gave back the pain pills because they were addictive. It was so hard to quit smoking cigarettes. These are all drugs. Again, take the legal and the morality and what we've been told. You take people's cigarettes away from them. It ain't no different taking their drugs. You take people's caffeine, take their phone. They react the same way that a drug addict reacts when you take their heroin. Which, by the way, if anyone's ever took a pain pill with codeine in it, you've took heroin. That's the government's way of peddling heroin, or whoever made the laws that made the government. And I have pushed us well beyond our means. I have things everywhere. And by the way, I woke up on my bed with that light, and my tool poster is usually on the wall. I woke up there trying to make a little jingle because, and I may be wrong here, but I don't know of another reaction channel that doesn't say like, subscribe, and hit the bell or whatever. Send money, help us out. This has been very hard for me to do because I still am a patron to the Charismatic Voice and to Las Vegas because I want to. I want to support them and what they are about because they've helped me so much. That's where I met Greg. He was an introvert, wouldn't turn his camera on a year ago. And I'm sorry if I put this over, but him and his mother have lived together their whole life because he lost his father, and that's all he's ever known. He was an introvert, so he's worked every day, but like I've just learned to adult, he kind of is too. And he takes care of his mother every day, and I love that about him. I love my mother. My mother pays half my rent right now every month. But yet I went and took this credit and bought all these things for the channel, trying to be lights, and there's lights everywhere. There's stuff I've bought to make things better for the channel. There's a TV over there, a table. I'm gonna take them back. That poster was on the wall there. I have no clean clothes left. Oh, I broke this string on my guitar. I've had that table since October. It's a TV table. I can't get anybody to come help me put it together. When I first woke up, first thing I did was thought about, because they give me Adderall now legally and Valium, and they would give me edible marijuana if this state made it legal. It's legal in 30 some states legally, medically, but not this one. So when I tell you that the United States is not united, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The state above me, Virginia, it's legal recreationally. The state under me, South Carolina, you don't have to wear a seatbelt. But in my state, if you do either one of those things, they'll put you in jail. If I go to Virginia and smoke a joint legally or eat a cookie, come back here and have a wreck 3 weeks later and hurt somebody, they'll put me in jail for manslaughter because that's still in my system, even though I did it legally. So these hypocrisies have caused me to have strife. And the $200 that Edgar Gear, good friend of the channel's just charismatic voice, I didn't know it was him at the time, but my neighbor needed help. Her dad had a surgery on his brain. I don't know the exact details. I do, but I'm not going to give them out. Anyway, I was out there going crazy trying to get in my car because right now the door had fell off. I got another one. Now I bungee cord it shut all the time. It's raining right now, getting my car wet out there because the bungee cord don't keep it shut all the way. I got tired of crawling across the console. It's 22 minutes. Anyway, so it's tax time. I have no idea how to do taxes. When Greg got here, I treated him like shit because I was angry because I thought, we would bail each other out, or he would bail me out from this getting in over my head. We went and got things for the channel, and I got this desk for him, and it's a piece of junk. So we had a desk like I have now, and I've done paid this one off, paid my recliner off, paid several long leases off. But I still don't really know how these things work because I just started adulting a few years ago. And now that I've pushed my entire family away, for asking them, why can't you ever come to the channel? But you can lay on Facebook all day. Well, it's really not my business what they do. And nobody has to support me. And I look at that because I put my heart and soul in this channel, and it is my life. So I guess that's why I take it so personal. And when I look at videos that we put a lot of work into, like Greg, we went to the quarry when he was here. He broke the law by doing that. I've been told I could go there before, but still, it was breaking the law. I put out a video on my birthday. I was a creator before. I learned editing and things on the phone, which, by the way, when I woke up, is broken now. So I have no idea if Greg's trying to call me. I don't know. I turn it on, but I can't. And there's so many things that are on. That's just brokenness. I don't know how to do nothing because it won't. Anyway. My water bill has stopped being able to be paid automatically or on the phone. It's like $30-some a month because I live in a studio apartment. But being as I've just let it go and just didn't think about it. It's $280 something now. And they sent me a notice they're going to turn it off. When we went to Best Buy, the mall, and got all this other stuff on this lease that was supposedly part of the same lease I used to get the first stuff. We just changed stores. When I woke up, first thing I want to do is take some Adderall and do content, but I haven't done anything. Because first I want to apologize. There have been many comments that I've missed lately. People try a Queen's Right comment. Somebody left a beautiful comment on there, and I ain't seen it. I want this to be a living testament of mental health, something that can help somebody after I pass, which won't be long. They gave me 5 years ago. But I don't mind dying. I'm happy with my life, finally. And with clarity comes a lot of confusion. Because that's just my clarity. I can't expect the rest of the people to feel what I feel. And what I feel is no different than religious people want to shout to the world that they found God. I want to do the same thing because I have. And I'm happy with my life. And I do things to think about people before I think about myself. But I shouldn't always do that because a lot of times I'm hurting other people that have to help me by not thinking about myself, which brings me to Greg. I've done drained his bank account. I get a disability check. Oh, the least thing is when we went to Best Buy, when they said $227 a month was going to be the payment, I thought that was taking the original $133 payment and they were consolidating it, and that was going to be the payment. But $400 came out of my bank. They're different. So I'm about $500 behind just being even, if you will. And we have no idea how to do our taxes. I'm going to have to go. I mean, I'm disabled on disability, but I can make up to my checks money in a month as long as I report it anyway. And I have all these things to deduct. The Ed Gear that gave the $200 for the lady upstairs, I never got to that. I made a video on it. Only 30 some people watched it. I've been mad about that, but I don't know why. I just thought, we put stupid things on there sometimes and gets a lot of engagement. But me giving the only $200 this channel made last year to my neighbor, I thought was commendable and deserved the views. But there is no deserving. It's not like anybody purposely didn't watch it. I take it so personal because it is personal. And I am in a unique situation to basically use this channel as my diary and my will and testament. I have a video set for every year on a certain date that will be released. That is my will. Nobody even knows this. Greg don't know this. And it lets me know a month before time. And I extend it a year every time if I'm not dead. So when I do pass, this video will be released on this date. And it is my will. So I'm asking you to help. The only time I've ever done this was for my neighbor. We just got our first YouTube check. It was $156. And Michael and Jennifer, thank you so much for being channel members and being patrons. Maybe I should ask for help. If nothing else, for everyone else that has to help me. So my ego has come back in and let me lie to myself, because the best medicine I can take to extend my life is rest. I don't get any of that. Never sleep. When I do, I don't know I'll fall asleep. My CPAP machine, I haven't worn in a long time. That's what saved my life, really. Because when I had that wreck in 2018, I'm looking at the board up there that I had to write on. I was in the hospital for 3.5 months. I couldn't talk for 2 months. They give me this little thing that I would talk through. I had to write everything on that board right there. That's why I still have it. That board means a lot to me. God Almighty, that board means a lot to me. It was my voice. Like John Farnham lost his voice. I had to find it. I can relate, John. There isn't really anything that I'm physically able to do but drive. That's why you see, and I had to get portable oxygen and all that CPAP to do that. In fact, it's court ordered that I wear that CPAP or I can't drive. I haven't been doing that because I've just been so caught up in this that I haven't went to the doctor to get the reorders to get the mask and stuff because mine fell apart. I spent Christmas alone, Thanksgiving alone. And my family's great people. They are. They've been supported my whole life. And it's okay if they don't want to look at my stuff on YouTube. I just keep trying harder to explain to them that it's not just music, it's me. But the harder I try, the more it pushes them away. So also friends, because every time I'm like, check out this video, and while they see it, and I understand, because I learned that my view is only my own. There's millions, everybody has their own view. I want to show them the videos because the life event that I want to tell them about, I actually have on video. But it comes across differently, and I understand that. I also understand that my addiction has overtook me as well. I've been taking not too many Adderall, still have the right amount at the end of the month, but I'm taking them when I'm supposed to be sleeping. So therefore, I am taking them too much. And then I sleep for days, and wake up in a haze, which usually brings me clarity because I reflect on what all just happened. But I can do that every day too, and not have to. There are so many reactions I watch where it looks like I'm drunk or something. I'm really just battling delirium, totally tired out of my mind trying to put out content. So if anyone helps, well, just being a channel member or sign up for Patreon helps a lot. $5 for channel member or $3.33 on Patreon. I will document every damn dollar and show people what I used it for. And I'm taking that back because it's going to knock some of the money off those payments. And the cable's supposed to be turned off today, and I have no idea what I'm going to do about my phone. But I'm just going to put my big boy pants on and go fix it. I'm not crying about it. And if this video brings pity, then okay. It's really not for me to judge or think about how you're going to interpret this. So I've been talking 35 minutes. A lot of people probably won't even make it to this point where I ask. Probably should have did that in the beginning. But that ain't the way it happened. I'll edit my life. So I'm asking for help. And I'm going to help myself too, okay? I love you all. Mental health is real. Live every moment. And if we go somewhere better when we die, that's great. If we don't, that should be great too. I honestly feel with all that gut feeling, everything I say, that we're meant to enjoy every moment of this life. Tomorrow doesn't exist. I'm not saying don't plan for it. I'm saying nobody's ever woke up or nobody's ever been to tomorrow. And nobody's ever went back to the past to fix it other than in their head, and you can't fix things there. Lane Staley had a great quote. Love that man to death. He was so honest about his drug addictions, but he's the most demonized singer ever for that. Even though so many of them that aren't demonized went out the same way. But they're glorified for it. Lane's words obviously tell you that drugs don't lead to happiness or a fairy tale. They lead to pain and suffering. And sometimes pain and suffering is what you need to make things better. That's why I believe that God or evil is just as important as good. All the terrible, violent things that happen are necessary for the beautiful things that happen. Destruction breeds creation. Up, down, everything has its parable, opposite. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Oh, I'm going to try to fix this. Thank you to everybody that's been a part of this journey. It's not going to end. It's just going to begin again. Love you.